That being said, I'm gonna get under here and bench press this sucker up.
Well, you might be wondering where this beautiful and very humble couple came from. Back in 2019, we spent the year building out our schoolie. After the build was done, we sold our house and traveled for a full year. Following that year of travel, we started to crave building again and getting something 4x4.
I wish they were taller.
Well, they're not for our car, honey.
That's true. That's sort of how it'll go, like that. It has to be at this bottom thing. Well, it doesn't actually. I could make it like here. So it's probably gonna sit like that, which I think that looks pretty good.
But then, yeah, we can extend it probably to right there.
Yeah, I can just cut and sleeve these.
Yeah.
Oh, Allie's back. She ran to the store for me to get some metal. We never showed this, but I broke this door handle. I locked ourselves out, and I was able to get behind this and rip this off, and then reach up and unlock the door. So I went to the junkyard and got a new plate here, but I didn't hook it up yet. So it's gonna sit something like here. As I said in the past, this isn't made for the van. I wish they were taller.
Well, they're not for our car, honey.
That's true. So I'm making it work. This company Move was kind enough to send us this and work with us and play with my crazy ideas rather than just saying, no, it's not gonna work. So one of the things I need to do is it's so short because I think it's made for like a Bronco tailgate, which would probably end about here. But I wanna use this for 2 boxes. So we're gonna have one storage box here that's 12 inches tall and then another one. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here and cut here, and then I'm gonna extend it up the distance so that way we can actually mount 2 storage boxes on here. That one on that side, I'm not sure if we're gonna need to do, but we have 35-inch tires, so we're gonna need to fit a 35-inch tire over there, and the 35-inch tire will come out to about here on the back. So I might have to relocate this, well, I won't relocate the taillight, but I might end up having to make taillights on the side of the rack type deal. So maybe on the side of the tire, we'll have like a LED strip type deal, taillight situation going on, just so that way we don't get pulled over for obstructing our taillight. These Move swings, I don't even know what you call them. Basically, they mount onto the bumper, and the bumper right now is welded here, which is great, but I need to stiffen this up. So I'm gonna take the old bumper we have as well as some square tubing I have out back here, and I'm gonna go ahead and brace and stiffen everything up to make sure that, one, when we're using our winch, we're not gonna just rip the bumper off or bend the bumper, and 2, when we're bouncing down a trail, these swing outs actually hold up. So because this is for actually a different bumper, different vehicle, they fit nice like this, but they don't fit good where they need to be, which is about right here. I'm gonna have to cut this all up and make these plates work for the bumper. So Allie got some 1/4-inch plate for me here. Perfect. I have some left over from the parts that I didn't use for the Move bumper, and that should be enough to custom fab stuff. The issue I'm running into is just don't have material, and I don't want to buy giant sheets of material. Metal is so expensive right now, and I don't really have anywhere to store it, and I'm not going to use it except for this, so I'm really kind of scrounging around trying to find little bits here and there to make it work. I think my ride's here, so I'm going to go get a fishing license. So I got this one side fit up real nice and made sure it worked. And then because the bumper is just a mirror copy of itself, I just basically mirrored this part. So I'm pretty confident these will be able to just move side to side. I won't have to worry about it. Now I have these bumper swings. These bumper swings, they're pretty set up right now, but I wanted to make sure I got the mounts good to go. I don't have any tool or size that actually fits this. I think it's like 1.5 inches. Actually, I probably do, but I didn't grab it. Oh, let me grab the right tool. You get the real tools out now. Okay, so I need to tighten that up because there was a little space in here. So we'll start the generator, tack that up.
This video really quick to say thank you to one of our favorite subscribers, Adam Fligature. Thank you so much for watching every single one of our videos, and make sure to keep watching.
So what you saw me doing for this guy is I was measuring as many dimensions as possible. So I was measuring left, right, up, down. So I'm taking a square, throwing it off here to measure so that way I can be in plane with here as well as with that other one. And then I also always do a eyeball check. And by eyeball check, I mean I literally just look at it and make sure it looks right. Now this takes time to get used to because, I mean, you develop an eye for this type of stuff to see if it's off a little. Your eyeballs get used to it. Now I will get the other gate in and get it all lined up. I'm gonna cut these off. This one seems to be short for some reason, so I'm gonna cut the tacks and see if I can expand it a little bit. Well, it's been some pretty bad weather, so I moved the van in the shed here, which normally has a truck in it, but the truck's hooked up to the trailer right now. So hopefully it'll keep me out of the rain. So that's the garage I've been in right there. This is like a little taller shed. It's pretty rainy out. Can't weld on this when it's raining on and windy, so I'll be luckily in here for today. I'm gonna try to finish this guy here. So what you see me doing here is I'm taking the grinder and getting rid of these welds. I don't want the welds on there for looks. I'd like it to be one solid tube. I didn't have the luxury of that, so now I'm making it like that. So I can still vaguely see my welds. Usually they're made slightly different material, so when you sand them down, you can actually see like a darker color. I'm gonna just double check. Okay, so I marked some places here just vaguely. Now I'm gonna set my tubes right in the center of the two. So I'll have one here and one here. And then I have some 2-inch strapping, and I'll mount them on the front here. That way I can bolt the boxes to it and have good strength there. Let's go cut this. So these are the ones that came from the factory, and these are mine. Pretty good. Boom. So I'll just set this up here, tack that on. Then we have 3 layers. So I flipped this plate upside down here. Where I had to situate this, or where I did situate it, doesn't allow it to sit underneath. But because of that, it's not sitting on the base of the bumper, which I would like. I'd like it to sit on the bottom bumper there, because that way, it's gonna stop that up and down motion. Now, one thing I could do is just make a small plate underneath here that pushes down, which actually wouldn't be a bad idea. Not sure. I'll probably leave that and think on it. So I need 28 and I need 4 of them, so I just stack them on top. Okay, so I'll take one of these pieces here, hold it up to where I want, and I want about there. So I just follow the seam here. Now, if I were to make this, I always make sure the seams are on the back side, because when you paint certain paints, this darker color will show through. And a lot of times tube have a slight overlap on this, so I always hide these. But for this instance, it makes it easy for me to make a mark. Now I'm gonna do more in the center here, so go like that. Just set that like that. Okay, so I took the move bumper box and I traced the tire diameter here, circumference. You know, it's not big enough, but anyways, what I can do with it is this is the center, so I can line it up and see if this is gonna work, which it seems like it will. I think I'm gonna actually pull off one of these tires still. Went ahead, put this plate on and held it as center as I could and just sprayed some spray paint in there. Drilled one hole so that way I can line it up. And then I took a 5/8 drill bit, which is the correct one, and then I went around and marked every single hole there. So we only have 6 bolts though, so I'm just gonna loosen this off. Now, I have little teeny marks where these holes are. So I bolted the plate on here on the back side. Now I'm just gonna get up there. Basically all I'm doing is I have this big plate that I weld. It's gonna go here, and then the plate will weld to this, and I need to know if I need to cut this down and which direction to put it. I'm going to be welding this plate on here. I'm not welding it to the wheel. I'm gonna tack these nuts up all around now that it's on here, and then I will unbolt it all from the front side. That way I don't have to worry about grabbing everything. So I put my plate back down, and I want this tire to suck up against that, so that way it has no rattle, so these welds don't eventually rattle. So I have my plate down, and then this is just a straight edge that is long enough to go from side to side. And basically I'm just setting it aside this. I'm gonna make a mark. There we go. So now I can see we need to cut about 1/4 inch down on this. So I get my knee under there and I scoop the tire up, so I'm barely using my upper body at all. Perfect. So it's all tight around the sides. We got the hitch here. So I want a hitch on this, just in case we need to tow something, want a trailer in the future, want to mount something. One thing I was thinking that could be really cool is because I have the winch here. Off the hitch I could make like a little crane. So that way I could lift stuff off and just use the winch as the crane. But anyways, I'm gonna mount this up because I think I'm gonna brace the bumper to the hitch, but I want it to still be bolt on and bolt off, so that way the hitch and the bumper is not the same. We'll see, maybe I'll change that when I go onto this. The sucky thing about the hitch is it's gonna make the back sit that much lower, so if our departure angle is gonna be that much worse. But to be honest with you, yes, this is an off-road vehicle, but I'm not planning on going to like Moab and crawling this thing. I mean, it's really just to go down dirt trails. That being said, I'm gonna get under here and bench press this sucker up. I got my nuts and bolts here in their lovely little mug. There's something you didn't see. I went ahead and welded plates on the inside, bottom, left, and right of this.
gently. Thank you so much for watching this video. And we hope you liked every stinking second of it!